Hello everyone, it's Natalie with Crochet by NatalieLucille, and today I'm going to show you how to do the Jasmine star stitch. I'm using a bulky yarn. You can actually use any size, but I'm going to show you on the bulkier yarn, and it uses a lot of yarn, just to let you know. And I'm using a size K hook. I recently did a Jasmine Star coaster, and I used a sport weight on a G hook, and it worked just fine. But just for showing you this, I'm going to go ahead and use a bulkier weighted yarn. And I'm going to move that out of the way so it doesn't focus on that. So the Jasmine Star stitch doesn't start out with a foundation chain row, but it does have a foundation. So what you want to do is you want to start with a slip knot, just like that. And you are going to chain one. And in this, you're going to pull up a loop, because you're going to, during this foundation row, you're going to have it to where you have 5 loops on your hook. And it changes once the rows add on to the foundation row. So you're going to pull up your loop, yarn over, and make sure that's pulled up as well. And you're going to go into that chain one space. You're going to yarn over and pull up. You're going to do that one more time. So it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up. And you'll have 5 loops on your hook. And then what you're going to want to do, this is where it gets a little bit finicky. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pinch and hold that still as you pull the yarn through all 5 loops. You're still pinching, and you're going to take your hook into that pinched part, and you're going to work a single crochet. So you will yarn over, draw through, then yarn over through 2. And that is essentially almost like a puff bobble kind of stitch, but you'll see how this all works out. You're going to continue the foundation, so you pull up your loop, yarn over, and you're going to go right into this area right here. Not here, not here, but right in this hole here. And you're going to work it into it, pull up a loop, and you're going to do that one more time. So you'll have a total of 5 loops on your hook. So you want to yarn over, and remember, you want to pinch that piece of yarn. And this is going to be actually the easiest part, because when you start working the next rows, you're going to have 13 loops on your hook. And a lot of the time the hook goes through, a lot of time it doesn't, so you just have to repeat, so to speak. It went through, yay. And then you take it and you're going to work your single crochet. So it's yarn over, pull up, yarn over through 2. So we're going to work just a few more so you can kind of get the feel of it into that specified place. Yarn over and insert again and pull up. So you have your 5 loops. Yarn over, pinch. Don't let go of it. Because what happens if you don't pinch it, the hole itself, because the whole Jasmine star looks like a star. If you don't pinch, it just kind of looks like a hole. So you want it to look like a star, like a flower almost. So if no pinching, no pattern, I guess you could say. My yarn bowl wants to go everywhere. We're going to do that. Let's do it maybe 2 more times just to kind of get the feel, and then we'll work on our turning to work the next row. So insert into that hole there. Just like that. Yarn over, pinch, and you kind of see how it has like that angle there with your yarn. If you have your yarn sideways, it might pull like this. So after you've yarned over and hooked it, kind of turn your hook down just a little bit so it can freely, mine doesn't want to freely go through right at the moment. There we go. I'm still pinched. I'm going to basically grab that, yarn over, and then yarn over through 2. Let's do one more to finish up our foundation row. You can make this row as long as you want. If you're making a blanket, remember this uses a lot of yarn. So if you're making a blanket, and especially if you're using bulky, get ready to buy a lot of bulky yarn. If you're using sport weight, worsted weight, you're going to use a lot less. Yarn over, pinch. And as many times as I've done the Jasmine star, I don't know how many times my hook doesn't go through. It's not right, and you just have to redo it. Just know that that is bound to happen. It's not a difficult stitch, and it's lovely because it is so spongy. It's not difficult. It is just you have to work your hands the right way. If not, there's times when I think I was working one with the sport weight the other day, and I was on the second row, and something happened with my yarn. Something got caught. It all messed up. I threw the whole thing away. I couldn't even undo it. It was a bit disappointing. So you've made your foundation row. Looks like this. Now you want to work your side. So you're going to work it almost just like this, but it's going to be a little bit different in just a second. So know that this is your side edge. So you're going to work it just like you did a few moments ago. So everything is just the same. Yarn over, pinch, pull through, just like that. And then you're gonna, now see how it's become the side, because I'll show you how it makes it the side. So, I say so a lot. Okay. Yarn up, or loop up, I guess. Now this is where you're going to be getting 13 loops on your hook. I'll show you how. And I'm hoping for the video's sake that my hook goes through all of it, but it might not. So there you have your 5. Now you're going to come down here in this place right here where you've just worked. You're going to do that again. So you're going to pull up a loop pretty high. You're going to go into that hole. And you're going to do that once more. So you're going to insert twice, basically. So now you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you're going to do that one more time in the next part here. So it's yarn over, pull it up pretty high, insert, yarn over, pull it up pretty high. Let's do that again. Oh, this is when it gets really fun. 13 loops. And let's cross our fingers that it goes through. This is where you have to kind of hold it and hold your breath. Pinch. We're going to pull through all of it. Fingers crossed, finger. Oh my gosh. It went through. Yay. You have no idea how exciting that makes it, because it can be difficult. So it was that single crochet again. So you've created the very bottom of your star, and you're going to do that across the whole row. So there's going to be a lot of times when you're just going to be holding your breath. Pull up that yarn over, and you're going to go into the top here of what you just completed. Again, now you have your 5 loops. You're going to come over here, and you're going to work into this hole right on the next one on the foundation. That was the last thing worked. So it's yarn over, insert, pull up, yarn over, insert, pull up, and then you're going to work into the next one here. It gets so heavy. And normally with the Jasmine star, I don't work so much with the bulkier yarn, but you can really see the definition of the bulkier yarn. If you check out my shop on my website, crochetbynataliellucille.com, there is a mug coaster that I just did with the Jasmine stitch in this beautiful soft sport weight yarn. And it turned out really, really nice. So here we go. Yarn over. We're going to pinch. And let's hope it takes all the way through. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. It made it. Oh my gosh. And you got to go through that pinched part. And it gets really, really tight. Okay, that's better. I can breathe. So it's starting to look like that. We have just a few more to go until we make it up to our next row. Insert right underneath that loop. Insert underneath the loop. 5 loops. Yarn over, come to the bottom here. You can kind of see right in there. And that's where you're going to insert, and you're going to draw up a pretty high loop. Yarn over, and we're going to go into the next one here. So make sure it's pretty high. Oh my gosh, I'm always like, oh, please work, please work. Yarn over, pinch, and oh, let's make sure I got it pinched. Yep. Okay, so I've turned it, and you're just working it through. Oh my gosh, it went through. I'm going to probably say that every time, because trust me, when you're doing it as well, you're like, oh my gosh, it worked. It actually went through. It's a good feeling. So it's starting to look like that. So we have a few more to do. Right underneath that loop. Right underneath the loop. We're going to go right into there. Twice. Remember, you're going to have a total. We're going to come right into the next one. You're going to have a total of 13 loops on your hook, and it does get really tight on the hook. Pinch and get ready. Here it goes. Oh, go through, go through. Oh, and something. No, I think it worked. I'm going to find out. Nope, something didn't. Because a lot of times everything's going to remain tight. Do you see how that's pulling? We got to do that all over again. So I don't know where it grabbed inside that loop tunnel, but it didn't work out. So we're going to do it again. And you'll feel when it's right, it's like your pinched part really wants to go into the loop tunnel, and you don't want it to do that. And so when it doesn't, it feels like it's loose, or it feels like it's not. Once you do it right a few times, you know when it's not right. So we're going to pinch it. We're going to pull through that loop tunnel. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it feels right so far. Nope, it doesn't feel right. Wait, it's snagged somewhere. So we might have to do it. No, I think, nope, it feels wrong. And you'll know. And this is where it gets, where you're like, okay, I'm giving up, or I'm going to challenge myself to continue. So I always challenge myself to continue unless my yarn breaks, or it just, something happens and it knots in there and it's just not going to work out. So even doing this Jasmine star for a long time, I still can have issues with it as well. Okay, let's try this for a third time. I hope it's a charm. All right, let's see if we can get this to go through. Oh, that feels right. Okay, and see how it's real, real tight through there, and that's when you know you went through as it should, just like that. So you see how the bottom of your star is looking. Okay, you have one more to do, and then we're going to turn it to go to the second row in just a second. So you come down to this bottom piece. Remember to pull up those loops generously. Now you're going to come to the very start, if you can get that, yeah, into that first crocheted or chain one piece from the very beginning. Yeah. Okay, now let's see if we can make this work. Oh, I have to laugh. I really do. Yarn over. Okay, pinch it. Let's see if we can get it all the way through. There it went. Yeah, it's real tight through there, so definitely know it worked. Okay, now you have finished your first row, so it should look like this. And you can see how thick and spongy it is, and it takes up a lot of yarn, even when you're working with sport weight, worsted weight, stuff like that. So now you want to turn your work to work the next row, and it's going to be worked like the other row as well. So when you're working your turning, you're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, yarn over, and you're going to do that one more time. This is probably the easier one because you're going to yarn over, pinch, and bring it through. Grab that yarn, just like that. So you can see how it starts your second row. And all your rows will turn just like this. So you want to pull up the yarn, just like that. And you're going to come down here to this right here, and you're going to yarn over, insert, pull up that nice loop, you're going to come to the next area here, okay, here we go. Ready? Pinch. Let's see if it'll go through. Oh, there we go. You may not want to do this in the presence of other people because they're going to think you may have lost your mind. There's your first one. And see how it's starting to kind of look like that star? It has the 5 points. Pull up, and then right directly below your loop, you're going to insert right into there. It's pretty easy once you get going. It's actually an easy pattern to follow because there's nothing too technical. It's just having to try and pull through 13 loops into your next spot here. Like I said, it uses a lot of yarn. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, into that. Don't lose the pinch. I thought I was going to lose it. There we go. Now you can really see the star there. This would make a beautiful pillow, a purse, if you're using a sport weight yarn, it would probably be great for a nice scarf. But if you're using a sport weight, I'd go with like maybe a G or an H hook because of all the loops you have to put on the hook. And it goes to this next one here. Because we've got to remember to pinch or it doesn't look like a star. Ooh. Oh my gosh, get the pinch. It's so tight. I'm afraid I'm going to... Again, I thought I was going to lose it. So whenever you do the pinching, I'll show you. See how tight that circle is? If you don't pinch, it will end up being like really like a big hole. That's not how you're wanting a star to look, so to speak. Did I do too many? Did I? Hold on a second. Nope. I think I'm okay. Okay. And this is just an example, even if I did pull up too much. I think I'm okay with it, though. I got to talking, and then I lose track of what I'm actually doing. To the next space here. Okay. Yarn over, pinch, pull through. There it is. And I'm trying to stay in camera, but it's kind of hard to, my arms are going all over the place when it comes to the pinching and pulling and stuff. So I'm going to do one more, because each row is going to look just like this when you have to turn. You just do the 5 and then work it just the same. If you have to back up the video just to see, you can look and see how the edges are done, because your row like this will follow for the rest of the thing. So you're going to come to, I don't know if you can see that, this little space here on the very end. Kind of has a hole there that you can work with. And you're going to insert into that twice so you can have a nice straight edge. Okay, get ready. Turn over, pinch, and pull through. That one was a good one. Whew. It's the little things. There we go. So that's what your everything will look like. But you can see how the stars are starting to kind of come about. And so whenever you want to turn your work or start an edge, you're going to pull up, you're going to have the 5 loops, pinch, pull through, and then you're going to pull up again and go through each of the holes like I showed you how to do that. So subscribe, hit that notification bell. I upload regularly. Send me pictures of your completed projects. I'd love to see them and post them on my website. You can send them to my email, which is crochetbyNatalieLucille@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook. We have, I say we, it's me. I have a Facebook community, Crochet by Natalie Lucille. I have a Facebook page, again, Crochet by Natalie Lucille. Instagram, Pinterest. I have some pins on my regular page, which is still under the Crochet by Natalie Lucille. You can look that up under Natalie Herrud, Herrud. And again, I upload regularly. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you there. Bye.